Good morning, y'all. It is another week in my life vlog. My name is Ashley and I'm a 10th year first grade teacher in Texas, and we are just gonna go along on this day. It is Tuesday. The kids didn't have school on Monday. We had in-service yesterday. You should have already seen that vlog go up of what I did on that day. So we're going in today and we're gonna get some stuff done and hopefully it's a good day. Here's to hoping. And I did not have time to talk to y'all during this morning before my kids came in because I had to put all those books and things up. And then I went straight to work. So I went straight to, and then I had things to cut out and get ready for the English chart and everything. But I just got done meeting with my teammate. It's during our conference. I just got done meeting with her. We just planned and got everything ready for the next week. So now I am working on the quiz. So I am typing up the story. And then I'll make the questions to go with it. I like to do about 10 questions, so I'll have about 10 questions to go with the story. But yeah, that is what I'm doing right now. I am just getting things done. I'll kind of talk to you about our morning. So this morning, we are reading The Little Red Fort. So this book right here, we're reading the story. Our sight word for the day was again. So I showed them the motion. We talked about the sentence that it's in. And then we read our story. Oh, we talked about poetry. We talked about how we're going to start talking about poetry. One of the stories that we're reading this week is a poem. So we're going to start talking about poetry and what poetry is. And I showed them what it was. I showed them the English charts. And then we talked about it a little bit. We talked about how poems have rhyming words, so we practiced doing rhyming words. Most of my kids are really good at rhyming words. I have a couple of my lower babies that are still struggling with those. We've been doing rhyming pop at my desk, so that's been helping some of them. So we did that, and then we read our story, and then we got to centers, and they did their center work. So this week it's another one of those cut and glue where they sequence the stories, and then they have to tell me. Then they have to write the beginning of the story, the middle of the story, and the end of the story. And then at writing, we're writing about the story from last week, and it was Florette, where she moves to a new place, and she really wanted to pack up her garden, but she couldn't take it because there was no room. So they are having to write about something they would pack with them if they had to move, like what would be the thing that they would pack. So that's what they're doing today in writing. And my listening center is still not working, so I am so annoyed. It keeps popping out of error on the videos, and it's not the videos, it's so annoying. That's all I gotta say. So that's still not working, so I just had to get on Teacher Monster for 2 rotations instead of doing listen to reading, which is perfectly fine. And then oh, I did switch out my pot. I did re-pot my plant into another pot. Oh, sorry, something's going on with my hair right here. So I did that today. I did that yesterday. So I don't think I told y'all about it, but that is something that I did yesterday. And then I'm still trying to finish up my lunch because I didn't even have time to finish my lunch. It's been crazy, y'all. The kids haven't been bad though. They've been pretty good this morning. Like I talked about that in my homeroom when they get here in the morning. So we do breakfast in our classroom. So the kids come a little early to our classroom. We do it about 7:45 is when they get to come. 7:40 actually is when they come to our classroom, and then they eat breakfast, and then we start cleaning up around 8. So they have about 20 minutes. Some kids eat at home, so they don't eat breakfast, or they don't like what we're having that day, so they just don't eat, or they'll eat the fruit. So a lot of them will either like not eat, or I probably have a good amount of like half and half that'll eat and not eat. So I've been doing stem bins in the morning. I put a stem bin at the table, and with that stem bin, there is like a thing on the board that they're supposed to be doing with that bin. Today was to build a flag, or if you could redo the flag, what would yours look like? So that was what they were doing today, and some of them actually did pretty good. A lot of them just picked their favorite color. That's what they want the flag to be, is their favorite color. And I think I'm gonna do like a drawing thing one day where they just get to like draw something, because I have a lot of kids that just like to draw. So that might be what we do one day instead of getting like a little bin out. So that is what we did this morning. I've already had 2 classes, and then I've been pulling groups like normal. Read with my groups. It's just been a normal day, I guess is what you can say. So this evening, after school, I'm not doing the after school program like I usually do. I am going, and we are going to go look at some houses. So I have 3 houses that we're going to go look at today, and then we'll go from there of what we see from these houses. So yeah, we're also gonna finish up our art projects today. Excuse me. So that's something we gotta get done. I have the glitter for the little like coins, so I can get it hung up in the hallway. So yeah, I am gonna go and finish this quiz, and then I will talk to you guys later. So I'll see you hopefully after school. Okay, so it is the end of the day, and I just got back in my room from dismissal, and I'm just going to kind of share with you our afternoon. So the afternoon class went pretty well. I went with my groups. I did some fluency tests on them, on a couple of the groups that I needed to do their fluency test on. And then I'm screwing in case you're wondering why I'm not looking at you, I'm screwing in my little hooks. So they look like this. It's the ones that I use to hang my anchor charts with. So I hang all my anchor charts here. I have 2 anchor charts that I need to hang, and I've needed to make these hooks, and I just keep forgetting, so I'm doing it right now. But so we did all that. The afternoon went normal. It was normal. Wasn't too bad. We did have a new kid in that group, so it was a lot of directing and, you know, kind of just helping him learn the routine and all that of the classroom. So that was today. And my homeroom at the very end of the day, so then we had like recess and stuff, and then we come back in my homeroom, we finished our books. So up here, all these papers right here, that one, so all these that are right here and down here, those are all of our class book for our student treasures. So we finally finished writing our book. Now we just have to do our pages and stuff. So my next step is for me, I have to go, actually I'm probably going to start working on it right now, is I'm going to start taking the pages and I'm going to start writing them like their example, and then I'm going to give it to the kids and they can work on their page for the book. So I did make our test. I literally just retyped our story that we read this week, the little read for it, and that'll be their story for their comprehension test, which we've already read together. We've already answered some of these questions together. And then I have the questions, and since our STAR test is leaning towards more like, it's typed answers because it's online, but since it's more like written answers, I do have one writing one where they just have to write an answer. So I have that ready to go. And then we did send our field trip letters home. So we have our field trip, and then we have our Easter party letters that we sent home today. So I need to give these 2 to our secretary. That's why they're kind of sitting here, because I need, she likes to have a copy in case parents call with any questions, so I need to give those to her. I didn't get to do the new student with his alphabet test. I was going to see if he knew his letters. I did test him on reading, and he is a pre-A. He's like not even a reader yet. So I'm going to test him on 8 letters and see how many letters he knows and stuff. And letters he knows. Yeah. This afternoon went pretty well. We just worked on our book, and then we did our end of the day stuff, which is just they can choose to watch the movie while I'm getting folders ready and while we're waiting for bus and Ace and car, or they can color. So yeah, and that was pretty much it. So I am probably about to start working on their book. I think that's like my main goal that I need to do is work on their book pages. Get some of that done while because I am leaving here at 4:30. I'm not doing the after school program. I'm leaving here at 4:30 to go and see our first house. I'm so excited. So yeah, that's the plan. So I'm gonna, I guess, get working on that. But it was just some. Thanks for the book. You're welcome. It was a normal day, so not too bad. Not too bad. Do have a couple of things that I need to like figure out. I have a lot of books. I have a lot of books that I put in this cabinet, and I don't want them in that cabinet because I'm getting rid of that cabinet. But I need to figure out where I can store them. So that's a goal. It's another goal. Okay, so I am going to probably go so I can start working on that, and then I will catch you later. Okay, it is Wednesday morning, and we are headed into school. We didn't like any of those houses from yesterday, so yeah, we're gonna be looking again this weekend, so we'll see. But I'm heading into school. I'm running a little behind this morning, so I'm gonna get going. Okay, I'm gonna try and make this update as quick as I can because my mouth is a little, you can kind of see this cheek's a little swollen right here. So, I have a tooth that kind of broke and it's scratching the side of my cheek, so. And the dentist can't get me in until like May, so that's fun. But anyways, I am, we're taking a quiz today, so they did the quiz and I haven't even graded anything, but I did start working on some of my kids' things for the hallway. So I just started gluing in their, like their coins. I just use this glitter, and then I am just gluing that, gluing it on there. So I started working on some of them, and I got some of them done. I'm waiting for them to dry so I can hang them up, and then I can do my next round. So yeah, that's what we have been doing this morning. It's just the quiz, and then I just let them get into centers, and have been checking in with some kids and their reading and asking why some of the kids can't have their thing. So we will see. I don't know, I'm in pain today, so I just feel like I'm very down and very, and then so we're trying to buy a house, and I got some not so good news about my credit, not my husband's credit. So we're taking me off the loan and we're gonna keep him on. So that's the thing. I feel like I'm down because of that, and then I'm down because of my mouth. I'm just in pain and it hurts to eat and I'm hungry. So, but I'm gonna go get some work done. So I will talk to you guys later. Okay, kids are about to come back, but I wanted to update you on the book. So we finished writing the pages yesterday together, and I just did their like rough draft pages. So what I do is we write it together on like big paper, and we work through it, and then I go through and I write each page on its own, and I'll give it to the kids. So this is what I wrote, so they can see what it's supposed to look like. They'll write it. This is their rough draft page. They'll write it. They'll do their picture, and if they make any mistakes, then they'll have to do it again. If it's good to go, then they can do it in the book page. So I did all those. They're gonna work on this today. Okay, y'all, it is Thursday and we are headed into work, so I will see you when I get there. Okay, guys, so I just got back from making my copies. It is my conference time. I just made all my copies for next week, and I just made my like focus wall items, like my I can statements, basically. I just printed those out, and then I'll put them up there. And then I did my listen to reading PowerPoint as well, which is not even working, so I don't know, but whatever. So yeah, the morning went pretty good. I think I had less kids today that struggled in centers than I did yesterday. Yesterday was a really big struggle for centers. Today it wasn't too bad, and yeah, we just did our normal stuff. So we read the book, or we listened to the book, because I don't have this book, A Dirt on My Shirt. Then we talked about the poem and how it's a poem and what makes it a poem. We talked about rhyming words that were in the story. We talked about some text features that the story had. We talked about, that's really it. So we talked a lot about poetry and what makes a poem and things like that. And then we got into our centers, and I did that with both groups. We got into our centers. This morning for our STEM thing, my kids had to build something that began with the letter R. So I had like a rocket, I had a rack, I had a rake. Someone made a rake. Someone made a rabbit, or attempted to make a rabbit. I could tell the ears, that was for sure, but the body, it was interesting. And I think race car. Someone did a race car. So I think that was all the ones that I saw. Some kids didn't get to finish because we just didn't get the time. So, but yeah, we are about to start grading. That's the next thing. All the quizzes that we did yesterday, I'm about to start grading those and getting that done. So yeah, I did set my grade book up during, after I met with my two groups in my first class. I had like 5 minutes before it was time to go, so I went ahead and set up my grade book for this last 9 weeks and got it all good, put the new assignment in that we did this week. So I'm just gonna get some grading done, hopefully get some grading done early. So let's do this. Good morning, y'all. It is Friday and it is St. Patrick's Day. So I'm wearing my little, my students are my Lucky Charm shirt and my little clover earrings. So we're gonna head into school. I will maybe catch you when I get there. My hair is looking awful too because of our weather. So let's get into school. Okay, y'all, so I am sorry, but I haven't had a lot of time to chit chat today, so it's been a pretty busy day. So I am getting their folders ready, so I'll show you what we're doing in centers next week. We're doing our normal sequencing page. We're gonna do this story mapping page. So those are for one center, and then the other center they're gonna do this writing paper says if you had a fort like Ruby's, what would you do with it? So we're doing this one, and then we're gonna do this one. We're doing a Kuala next week. We're doing Kuala and Dandy as our two stories. So for Kuala it's a character study, and I'm just gonna have them tell a way that they are like Kuala, like how are you similar to the character? What do you have in common with the character? So we're gonna do that, and those are the centers next week. So I am just getting their center folders ready and prepped. I've already cleaned these out. This is the class that I just had, so they're at specials, by the way. So I've already had them. Their folders are done for the day, so I'm just getting them prepped. And then the next thing is I printed out my pictures. Oops. So I have the pictures for the 2 books, and then I gotta make my anchor chart. So that's my next step. And then I did get a little bit of grading done this morning. So I just have one more class left to grade their quizzes, and then I gotta go through their daily work. So that's basically it. But we've just been super busy today. We had an assembly early this morning. We had a positive action assembly, which is where yes ma'am. Sorry, I had a student come in looking for their jacket, but we had a positive action assembly, which is where we were at these IDCUs for our students every day, and they draw a name, and the name gets to paint on the tile. So we had that today. I had no idea we had that today, so that was fun. So my homeroom didn't get to do as much as the other classes just because we had that positive action assembly to do. So but yeah, then we just came back, we did our normal stuff. We did got into our centers. I pulled to do some fluency checks with a couple kids, and then that's pretty much it. My second class, we got to do a couple more things than I did with my first class. Like we just got to go into more depth with some of the stuff for some of the things that we were talking about, and we got a little bit more time in centers too. So I got more time with some groups and stuff and some kids. So with my second group, I had finished their fluency test already, with the ones that I needed to. So I was doing some word work with them today at my table. We were working on like deleting a sound and adding a new one, and then we were working on I had a couple that on the test they struggled with writing a complete sentence, so we practiced that. We sang our song, we practiced what makes a complete sentence, and we practiced sounding out words. So that's just what we did today. But yeah, I am going to continue doing this, and then I will catch you guys later.